What is going on, lunatics? Guys, I hope you're having a great morning. We're going to talk really fast here because I have a few ideas, a few things that I wanted to say as I'm looking through the charts, as I'm looking through the price action, trying to figure out a little bit about what's going on right now. Spoiler alert, a lot of the money, a lot of the capital, a lot of the money that was in some of these altcoins in this case, rebuilding tokens, they're being moved to Bitcoin and Ethereum right now in order to pump the market because that's where the big capital is. So we're looking at the charts, gives you a little bit of an explanation of what's going on. You can see right here, ranging between the 200 and the 50-day SMA, just broke down below the 50. Now that has happened before. Then, of course, we came right back up to the 200. So if you're looking to make any kind of move, then of course you're looking for that lower wick position down here, maybe even at that 1200 range if you want to pump it back up. But things being what they are, we're going to be testing this a little bit more. This looks like it's about to cross over as it's moving right now. If we get a little bit of positive sort of action here, and if that is the case, then over here in the next couple of hours, maybe even later tonight, we have a little crossover. Now, if we have a little crossover on the 50 and the 200 SMA, what does that mean? Well, generally speaking, if you go backwards here and you see a crossover, it's a big move. If you see a crossover, you don't see it much over here. In fact, we're going to do this on the daily basis here. So you haven't seen much of a crossover here, but back over here, when it would have crossed over before it wasn't 200 days old, a big move. So anytime you start to see a crossover, that signifies positive and bullish sentiment. Now, we're not there yet. Anything could break down, but as of right now, we are looking like we're about to have a little bit of a crossover. And if that does happen, then you could expect some kind of move. Now, are we looking at a move happening right here? Well, we got it right here. And that maybe signifies something like this right here. Now you've got this consolidation kind of extending itself. But again, that ends up in a very big move towards that upside. Now, the last time this crossover happened, let's just consider that we're aware of it and we know that it's coming, right? If that's the case, then we'll just kind of start right here and say we know it's coming. That ends up at a 13% move. So it's an opportunity in some way for you, the investor, to do a little bit of accumulation. If you're not just throwing money at something and you're trying to make flips or anything like that, then this is some opportunity for you. Now, you decide whether or not that's something that you want to do, but you got a couple of hours before you'll want to act on it. But make your own decision. Look here, like you can not like what you're seeing on the chart. By the way, you can be like, well, everything just keeps going down. Well, the good thing about everything that keeps going down is, guess what? It ends up going back up again. All you got to do is find the bottom, because it doesn't matter what this price is up here. It matters what this price is down here where you get in. If you're going to make a swing or a flip or a scalp, then this is what you're looking to do, right? So very simple for trading purposes. USTC, same thing. It was trading above the 200 SMA, felt pretty good. A very, very nice little move for just a little while. And then it broke back down far below. So what we're waiting on now, or at least what I'm waiting on now, is for that move back down to that 2 cent. When that 2 cent range hits, I'd like to make another flip. I'd like to take some more of my Lunc, move that into USTC and let it pump, because I do think that we've got another pump in the chamber to go from 2 cents up to right here about 3.6. And that in itself is about an 80% increase. It could come down just a little bit, but anywhere between 70 and 80% flip, I think, is going to happen. And remember, guys, I said this before, and everybody was like, nah, it's not going to happen. Well, we were doing that back here, right? And everybody's like, oh, it's just not going to happen anymore. It's just not going to happen anymore. And well, son of a bitch, it happened. And it went exactly to where this line, guys, if you remember here, we've been doing this line here for about 6 months right now. And I keep telling you that every time we're going to hit that line, and that's going to mean something, right? Well, same thing's going to happen over here again. And I think that we're getting to that level where it's about time for that big move again. So, 50% pump, 60% pump, 70% pump, it's getting ready to happen. But onto the station, we've got no real proposals that have been put out here for governance. There's not really something that's standing out at this point. So I got all of my stuff is still the same. I haven't done anything. I got 38 in staking rewards. I want to pull that out, and I want to move that into Luna Classic, and I want to make that move and that flip over to USTC just to double the position, et cetera, et cetera. I've left all my delegations, and I've continued to delegate, by the way, picking up some more with the Lunc Development Fund, which there was some news about yesterday. One of their investors had hacked or created a bunch of USTC or something like that, and had nothing to do with them. But of course, those people the said, oh, good job on doing that, and they had nothing to do with it. As a matter of fact, I know the people that own that personally, and they have no idea what they have no idea what that is about. So 1227 is the overall trading volume, trading price. 45 million in trading volume, still kind of significant. Still a lot of interest, right? Market cap 720 million. USTC dead stick right now, just continuing to bleed, continuing to come down. And again, when it's down enough, it creates that opportunity. Get yourself in if you're going to make a play right here. If this is the spot right here, then you're almost at that absolute bottom right now. So great opportunity for that big move, and that big move will come at some point pretty soon. This is what these whales do: is they come in and they pump these prices and they do this shit. All you have to do is be part of it. Or miss out on it. Now, the big news of the day is that there has been a joint L1 task force for Q2, right? And the scope of work talks about what's going on in April, May, and June, and it's requesting 13.8K USD per month for Tobias, 6.88 for Tills, Superman, and Vin, and then Lunc Burn Army 6.88K. Part-time project manager, and then junior developers at 1.25K USD per month. So it gives you the total, and you can go in here and you can look at your own leisure at what it is. This pre-testing for Core 2, 2.04 Oracle Feeder, Terra JS 2 Bump Terra. Nothing in here, by the way, about Repeg. Nothing in here. This is taking a little bit longer than some of you might have really kind of thought that it was going to take. You can see here, just not even a reference to USTC or stable or algorithmic fungible. None of that stuff right now. So there's a lot of work to be done, and I think that Tobias probably had this kind of pegged a long time ago, when he was talking about, this is a long-term development project. This is a long-term build here. We got to get some stuff in place before we can really start talking about what comes next and how we do a repeg, how something like this happens. So that's where we are. That's what's going on. If you want to read that, I'm going to leave it in the description down below, just in case you guys want to check it out. This is not financial advice. My name is Believes. I am always right. Thank you so much for tuning in. And by the way, when you start to read that, it's just an absolute shit show. A bunch of crybabies, a bunch of whiners. If you go over here and you look, there was even a person on Twitter that was tagging the wrong person that's not Zeradar, tagging them and saying, why we gun pay you, and just, absolute angry, broken English. Well, look, if you don't have a working blockchain, you don't have a working blockchain. Let me repeat that. If you don't have a working blockchain, you don't have a working blockchain. So you better figure out how you want to pay for it before you start crying about having to pay for it. Grow up, put on your grown-up pants, and let's make this thing work. Let's get it to where it's producing revenue. When it's producing revenue, then people will come. When people come, then burns will start. It's all synergistic. All you have to do is just believe and trust in the process. For the love of God, stop crying. It's not financial advice. My name's Believes. I'm always right. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will talk to you again very soon.
Mr. Pine Cones come a long, long way, so everybody gets sideways. Sing it.